Today we are used to royal marriages, but did you know that there were plans of a royal marriage between the empires of Ethiopia and Japan? Now look at this photo. Japanese remember shattered romance. Remember, so it was a thing of the past in July 1935 when this article was published. Shattered evokes the idea of something badly broken. Romance, of course, because it involved a wedding. Let's take a look at the protagonists. Kuroda Masako, daughter of a Japanese viscount, Araya Abebe, nephew of the Ethiopian emperor. But the article also mentions Mussolini, the fascist leader of Italy. And why was that? When one thinks of Japan in the 1930s, fascist Italy, Ethiopia squeezed by colonial powers, the images that come to mind are somehow very distant from romance. Still, in 1934, the engagement between Kuroda and Araya, portrayed as a royal marriage, brought these countries together. The event generated a great deal of reactions from Japan to Australia to Europe. Nevertheless, it has never been analyzed in depth because relegated to the realm of gossip. Then, Ethiopia and Japan were the only two non-white empires. They had escaped the yoke of white colonization. They had also defeated two Western powers, Italy and Russia. This was particularly significant for Pan-Asian and Pan-African communities, which regarded the marriage as a non-white alliance against whites. In Europe, however, as you can imagine, this popular enthusiasm was not so shared. Many European countries had economic interests in Ethiopia and did not want Japanese competition. Italy also had colonialist goals in Ethiopia and did not want Japan to get a royal foothold in the African country. In the end, the engagement never became a marriage. Precisely because of this, I argue that this failed engagement initiated a significant turning point for Japanese history because it led Japan closer to Italy. Usually, historians see the 1935 Italy-Ethiopian War as the start of Japanese-Italian intimacy. Only the year before, this was difficult to imagine. Italy and Japan were quite at odds for this marriage. A war was not excluded. I argue that instead, it's this episode, the moment in which Japan faithfully decided to shift its alliances. Japan eventually did not want the marriage to, preferring Italy. In fact, the Japanese imperial household never gave Kuroda the necessary license for a Japanese aristocrat to get married. After all, the marriage was more wanted by African American communities. However, if anything, it was their imagined romance with Japan that had been shattered. Japan, in fact, had already abandoned the colored Ethiopia at the altar by the time it was occupied by Italy. The most classic elopement story happened. In the end, Japan decided to tie the Axis knot with white Italy. Thank you.